You're wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. And in this part of the world, when you are wrong, you do not take it so kindly. But you are wrong. Let me start on that high note. I'm making this video about something very small. My name is Samuel Ayotre. Good evening to you all. It's a Friday evening. I hope you are having a restful evening. Now, I tweeted something on my handle and said something regarding the move by the MK movement this Wednesday, the 7th of February 2024, here in Kampala, in Naguru, at the now secretariat or head offices of their organization. Their move to constitute themselves into a civic organization, not the words I'm using, civic organization, called the Patriotic League of Uganda, PLU, Patriotic League of Uganda. I tweeted regarding the Patriotic League of Uganda and said that the Patriotic League of Uganda is not a political organization, but that it is a civic organization. And I added that there is a difference between civics and politics. I also stated that the Patriotic League of Uganda does not have any political aspirations. The PLU does not have any political goals. Then at the end of that tweet, I added what caused a lot of controversy when I say that it is not the object of the Patriotic League of Uganda as a civic organization to promote a Muhoozi presidency 2026. And that was the departure point for many. But I think that that is the position really. I was at that event on Wednesday, 7th, when the MK movement unveiled the Patriotic League of Uganda. I was present at the event. The apex event that actually constituted the unveiling of the PLU was the reading of a statement of proclamation by the Honorable Michael Mawanda Maranga. I was there. Fortunately, I have a copy of that paper here with me. I went back when I received phone calls and DMs and inboxes to me from various people regarding my statement that the Patriotic League of Uganda has no business whatsoever, to mingle in any project of pushing for a Muhoozi presidency either in 2024 or at any other time. When I tweeted that, and these contacts kept coming through to me, I went back to the statement because I love to be correct. So I went back to the statement. I said maybe I could have skipped something. So, and I have a copy of that statement. I want us to read it together with you. I'll pick, I think, the major points, if I could do just briefly. The statement, the proclamation statement, states as follows: that whereas the MK movement started in April 2022 as a spontaneous, diverse group of Ugandans that rallied behind General Muhoozi Kainerugaba to appreciate his military service and the service of his army comrades, the Republic of Uganda. Keywords: it was to appreciate not only General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, but his army comrades in their service, military service, the Republic of Uganda. So, one, the MK movement in itself was not an organization, was not a movement, a pressure group that was about General Muhoozi Kainerugaba alone. It was in appreciation to the service of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba alongside his army comrades in their service of the nation, in the military discipline. That is one. The document proceeds to say that whereas over the past 17 months, the MK movement has remained engaged in actively mobilizing Ugandans towards the goal of national unity, peace, and stability. I've been attending these events, and I can tell you as of a certain, that this has been the object of the MK movement. Mobilizing Ugandans towards unity, towards peace, towards stability. In none of these barazas and events held by the MK movement will you say there was a statement that is sectarian, a statement which is tribal, a message which is ethnic, a message which is religious. No, there was no division whatsoever. The messages that were delivered in all these barazas and events of the MK movement were in the bid to promote unity, peace, and stability. I attended these events. I happen to be part of, the what we formerly call the MK legal team, where we moved, and mobilized, carried out sensitization of the populace on their rights and obligations, which I will come to later because it has something to do with the document here. So that has always been what the MK movement is doing. Now, so whereas the MK movement was doing that, and whereas national unity, peace, and stability can only be achieved by patriotic citizens, now it is our observation that knowing well that you can only have peace, stability, and unity when the citizens are patriotic. Knowing this, and also knowing that the exercise and enjoyment of in the exercise of enjoyment of rights by Ugandans, little attention has been paid to obligations of citizens. This is a preamble introduction. The statement here is that Ugandans have been given rights, God-given rights. First of all, rights. These are constitutional rights we see guaranteed in our constitutional constitutional framework. They are not constitutionally given. They are God-given. But the Constitution entrenches them and guarantees them. So these rights, in the enjoyment of these rights, Ugandans have paid little attention to their obligations in the enjoyment of those rights. So knowing that, the MK movement now, having these objects that we have talked about, constituted itself and assumed and adopted a new name and identity. Note those words. If this document speaks to me as it speaks to you, you should note that a new name was adopted and a new identity was adopted. And the organization formerly called MK Movement constituted itself into a civic organization. Not political, a civic organization. And we must be humble enough to abide by this proclamation. It doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what you have been doing, it doesn't matter what you have been campaigning for. The document of proclamation is saying that we constitute ourselves now into a civic organization. And we adopt the name Patriotic League of Uganda with the aim of pushing for a Muhoozi presidency in 2026 or thereafter? No. With the aim of Muhoozi kubaloti? No. With the aim of Museveni and NRM kadazi bagende? No. With the aim of working towards reviving in Uganda the spirit of good governance, national pride, and national service, protection of vulnerable persons, combating corruption and wastage of public resources, and protection of the environment. It's the document I have. It is a proclamation. It is even signed. We undertake, second last paragraph, we undertake that the Patriotic League of Uganda will contribute in a civic capacity. Did they say political capacity? No. In a civic